Southeast High School in Bradenton, Florida. Brought to you by SCTV Southeast High School. Oh, there's a ball over here. Good catch, Coach.
Appreciate it.
We are in the middle of the first quarter. Just started. That means it's not in the middle, but we just started. I'm Jackson Gaylor. I'm going to be doing your play-by-play, and I'm with Brett Timmons, who is going to be your color commentator.
Yes,
Say hello.
sir. Yes, sir. How you guys doing, man?
So we had a little bit of technical issues to start off, but you guys didn't miss much. We're still 0-0. It's 7:06 in the first quarter. We've seen a couple good steals by Southeast, but we've lost the ball on our end as well. A little bit of jitters maybe coming out. But our Knowles are 14-4 overall, and with the 6-0 record in the district, doing pretty solid. The Lady Bruins, the Bayshore Bruins, who we are playing tonight, come in with a 2-10 overall record, and we're facing off here on John Harder Court tonight.
I think one of the issues that our team's going to have to face is just playing their complete game. Even though the record shows that Bayshore is not having that great of a season, it's our guys having to focus and playing their game. And you kind of see that in the beginning that, with balls going out and missed passes and things of that nature, that maybe they might have come in this game and kind of overlooked them a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that in the Gibbs game earlier this year. I was actually near the huddle with Coach, and Coach was like, please don't play down, as that 3 launches and is a little too strong. But don't play down to your opponent. Even though Bayshore is in a down year at 2-10, things happen. Yep. And you could have an undefeated record, but some team comes in and it's just their night, and we're playing down, and you can get beat. So always play at the highest level was what Coach John Harder was trying to teach to his kids, and we're going to see if that is put on display tonight.
Definitely.
So we're still scoreless as we inbound the ball, bring it down court. One thing that I've noticed that Southeast has been really keen on is ball movement. And when we're moving the ball, like you see wide open shot.
Right. Oh,
bounces in.
3-pointer.
That's Kayla McDuffie from downtown. I've seen her hit a lot of threes this year. And like I said, off-ball movement has been a real key point for Southeast this year.
And that was actually what they said. See, again, defensive breakdown.
Exactly.
Lack of focus.
Can't play down. The ball is brought up court. Drive inside. Layup. Bounces off the glass. Armani fighting for the ball. Could not come up with it, so Bayshore will get the possession back.
Just looking at the game right now, Southeast has the height advantage down low.
For sure. On the break, little too strong pass. We're able to save it. Kayla McDuffie has it on the outside. Armani Waiters from downtown. Little short. And we'll reset. Good pass down low to Armani. Armani loses it, and Bayshore has it. So back to what we were saying, the lack of focus has been a key issue for both teams, honestly, to come out the gate.
Yes.
Seen a lot of turnovers.
Again,
one right there. Armani on the break, easy layup, and in for 2.
Again, it's just staying focused and playing fundamental basketball and doing the things that got you to be 14-4.
For sure. Almost another steal by Deja. Deja's the 4-year senior this year, or 3-year senior. Yes, 3-year. 3 years on varsity. She is a senior this year, though, and she's been the point guard for the last 3 years. And she's been pretty much the vocal leader for this team, as an air ball right there. Armani is able to grab the rebound, and they're going to push it up court on the fast break.
So you're saying that she's the heart and soul of the team. Like, as she goes, the team goes.
Exactly. And Armani has been a real big help down low, as you see her pull up from mid-range, knock it down. She's been, from what I've seen, the best scorer on this team. But Deja, like I said, has been that veteran presence that has helped them in the locker room and helped them, band them together as a team. Even if Deja's having an off night, she's, still there competing and, bringing up her teammates. As that one banks home.
Down low, number 32.
Yeah.
Miss Luther. Again, there's that ball movement you're talking about. Good dribble penetration. Oh, good shot.
Banks it in off balance.
That's pretty much there all night.
For sure. If we're able to penetrate and kick, Caleb McDuffie's been able to hit that in the corner all year. Number 3 for Southeast. As a trap right there, and Deja's able to come up with the steal.
There it is.
Put it out on the break. Pass
Extra
to Armani.
pass.
Extra pass back to Kayla.
Oh, got to
Misses
finish.
the easy layup. See, that's going to be there for Southeast. If we can get on the break and capitalize on on those points off the turnover, then it's going to be very hard for Bayshore to get a run. But another banked-in layup there for Bayshore. Closes the gap a little bit more as we bring the ball up.
And it's right now, it's like kind of the war of attrition, I think we saw that Bayshore is bringing, 6?
Well, that's deep.
6
Little
players?
bit. Yes. I was just about to mention that. Bayshore is only playing with 6 players for those at home. They got their first 5 out, and then they have, let's see, number 32, Luther, on the bench as Deja blows the layup over there to recover and put it in. And a timeout, Bayshore. So we get our first timeout of the night. Southeast up 11-6.
And if I know Coach Harder, I think Coach Harder is more so concerned about the level of play and the mistakes that are being made. That, again, we keep talking about playing down to your opponent. And sometimes it's human nature when you look at a record or you think that a team is a certain way that we can just easily roll in here and not play our game. And champions play the way they play no matter who the opponent is. It's a level of excellence. It's a standard that's set, and I think that's what Coach is trying to relate to these girls.
And I think the thing that comes out after these first few timeouts, after the first quarter, we kind of get this settling in. We saw that in the Gibbs game where we started off pretty slow. You saw that playing down to our opponent, but as we got into our flow, you saw us pick our game up and we went on a couple runs. We ended up being up, I think, around 26 to almost like 32-ish points before Gibbs even scored. And we kind of got on that roll. We started out really slow, kind of like how we are in this game right now. But eventually we got that groove on. The girls kind of warmed up. And I think one thing you'll be able to see tonight is that the bench will get a little bit more play.
Yep.
And that's very important for a team like us where, as Deja almost gets the swipe right there. And active again, yeah, for sure. Ball's bouncing around a little bit, and Southeast will get it. But as I was saying, it's very valuable for those bench players to get some time in the game because when it comes to the playoff time and districts and whatnot, we're going to need those role players to step up and especially play in a big role as Deja gets fouled right there on the shot. So she'll shoot 2. But in those key moments where maybe Armani's off that night.
Correct.
You have someone that can come in off the bench and help and be able to put in a quality 10 minutes. So Armani gets a breather and can get back up as Deja misses her first free throw.
Well, it's a team. As you move further and further along in the playoffs, the better the teams become. And
It's the
less
second, but Southeast
individualism
for sure.
will be able to take over games.
Download Armani. And she
Yeah.
gets fouled. And if we can get to the free throw line tonight and capitalize on those free shots, we should be able to, again, help. It's all in the transition points.
Exactly.
We can get to the line. We can get a quick little good lead, and then it'll be up to us to sustain it for the rest of the game. But a little bit short on that one. But I did notice that a lot in one of our first games against Braden River. The first game that we had here in our house. Free throws down the stretch killed us, and we ended up losing that game. Something I know, speaking to Coach Harder about, is Armani hits the second. Their team has really been focusing on free throws and cashing in on what's given to us at the line.
Right.
Because it's killed us early on in the season. And seeing that late, that's what we're going to need as shot misses.
Good rebound.
Good rebound by Armani, pushing it up to Deja. 2-on-3 break, and the ball is swiped, but it's going to stay in the possession of the Seminoles.
I know this is a SETV and we're pro Southeast, but you gotta give the girls from Bayshore some love too. I mean,
for sure.
With 6 kids out here,
Exactly.
competing, and not one girl, is complaining, but they're playing their hearts out. So I have a lot of love and respect
For sure.
for what Bayshore High School girls.
It's a lot of
are doing right now.
conditioning to play, like 40 minutes
Yes.
of girls basketball at a high school level.
Yes.
with only one sub coming in.
Yep.
You know these girls are going to be out in the game like for a while. and they prepare for it, and they're
Yep.
able to do it. I know they've beaten 2 teams this year, so probably will beat a couple more because like they're guaranteed to have that heart. As Kayla knocks down yet another 3 right by the John Harder Court logo. She's definitely the shooter of this Southeast Seminoles team, and has came in, especially even though in that Braden River game that free throws killed us, she kept us in that game, and we had a quick little 7-point run.
Nice.
As Bayshore drives in, easy layup. As we approach the end of the first quarter, Deja will push the ball up for Southeast and settle into the offense. Deja up top, back to McDuffie, down low to Armani. We've seen this play a couple times. Gets the foul, and we'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And it's kind of a luxury for Southeast to have someone like Deja or Armani down low that is able to just grab those rebounds. I mean, standing at, what is it, 6'2"?
Yes. I say we have the height advantage down low. That's pretty much there all night.
For sure. Armani could dominate me in the paint. I'm standing at 5'11". Like, I don't stand a chance, yo. It's definitely been really good for Southeast to have Armani on the team, just having those second chance points there. As a inbound violation for Bayshore is going to give the ball over right back to the Seminoles. And just like that, Seminoles,
right back out.
Yeah. But just like that, the Seminoles on top 17-8. We started to capitalize out of that first timeout on those turnover points and play a little bit more solid basketball. As we're going to run the clock down a little bit. Gaylor McDuffie on the outside. We're kind of weaning that clock down. Monty down low. She's got 3 people on her, and it does not matter. That's another 2 for Southeast.
That's there all night.
Bayshore drives in.
And a block.
Blocked by Armani.
And the fast
Long pass deflected at the buzzer. And Southeast is leading 19-8 at the end of the first quarter. I'm going to slide in a little shameless plug real quick. Make sure you keep up with all of SETV's broadcasts and updates by following us on social media and on our website. Visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/SEHS Television for links to all of our live broadcasts such as this one and updates on the program. We're also on Instagram at SEHS Television, and there you can find some more behind-the-scenes footage from our students and program director. Shout out to Amanda Clark. Our website is at setv.news, and you can find all of our broadcasts and check in on what our students are doing. Be sure to follow us and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which this will be posted to after we close down for the night. So
this is awesome, man. You guys do an awesome job at this. I mean, I wish we had this back when I was in school, 20 years ago. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I say shameless plug, is because I am in the club myself, so I feel a little bit weird promoting it a little bit. But
come on, you guys got to toot your horn a little bit.
There's some definitely some good stuff on there. Some good stuff coming soon, especially pertaining to the Southeast Seminole basketball teams, both the men and the women. So check out for that. And this is actually the first time we've heard the crowd tonight.
No doubt. Got the cheerleaders in the background, hyping it up.
Sure.
Got some young girls in the game.
Number 4, Semia Brooks, who is actually going to grab it right there. 2-on-1. Tough layup, but Southeast gets the rebound, banks it in.
It's low. Now we're in a little full court pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good steal.
Jasmine Hamilton.
Fighting for the ball.
Jump ball.
Jump ball. And that's going to stay with Southeast.
Jackson, did you know that Jasmine Hamilton was my cousin?
Oh, she's your cousin.
She is. She is a relative.
Dang.
Yes.
So we got some family ties on the basketball team for you.
Family ties, yes, sir.
So you're the head coach of the football team.
Yes.
You got some family on the girls basketball team.
Yes.
Like, no wonder you got that head coach job. Yeah, some ends everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Had to pull some strings.
Well, if you really want to know, the science wing, the Robert Tiller science wing, Building 9, that's my uncle. That's my great uncle.
See? You were born to be
I
the head
was born
coach
to be the head coach
of
of
Southeast
Southeast.
football. That's a little miscue for Bayshore there. Results in a turnover. But like you kind of mentioned, we got some young kids in here now. The starters are on the bench. And we got some younger talent in there, getting these reps. Foot on the line there for the 2. It's going to be a little off, but
good rebound.
fight for the
Good
ball.
fight.
And Southeast is going to come up with it but give it away. At the end, we're still playing that full court press.
Yep.
That's something I always see a lot of in high school basketball is the full court press. Like, you don't see that much in college. You do, as Southeast comes out with a rebound.
Well, because most of the time in college, they have better control, dribbling the ball, handling like you see here. When you're pressing, most people fumble, and it creates easy turnovers here in high school.
That's easy to see, like we got young guys and girls on both the men's and the women's side of the game, and it's definitely, especially that's why we're so lucky to have veteran players on our girls basketball team that can see that, as Southeast is going to chase down the ball here and push it down the court. But yeah, I do see a lot of that full court press, and that's exactly why. It's a 3 from the corner, a little bit short. And Bayshore is able to get it. You got a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 now. And Bayshore is going to reset. And a block, and it's going to stay with the Bruins. I've seen a lot of blocks this year out of our girls team, honestly.
That's that Dr. Douglas training, getting these girls athletic, that they can jump.
And it's timing too, honestly.
It is.
Because
it's a skill.
Yeah, a lot of people can jump and know where to be as we're able to tap it ahead.
Fast break.
1-on-1 down here and little jump shot. Can't get the bank in, but we get the rebound and pass it over to number 21.
Money. With Jasmine Hamilton.
Right there. That's a tough shot too. The mid-range jump shot is very tough, and we're gonna capitalize on our Bayshore turnover here. Driving inside. There you go. Got a little contact on that one too. No foul call, but put it in anyway. Aubrey Green, that was it. And Bayshore got a little, as you would say in football, a little green grass ahead of her. Right now we got a little tan court in front of her, but
she had an open lane.
But the Bruins will get to inbound the ball on this side of the court. Southeast going on a little bit of a run here. About 8-0 run-ish as the ball goes off one of the Southeast defenders. Out for a 3, little too strong on that one.
At least
Miss 100% of the shots.
That's it.
Exactly.
You gotta give him props.
Banks in a little too.
Good rebound. Go strong.
Fighting for it.
Yeah. Jump ball.
There you go. It's one Southeast player down there putting in the work. That's Michaela Lowe, putting in that little extra effort.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it ends in a Bruins ball, but good effort nonetheless. Pushing down the court, Southeast still in that full court press, and a foul called. Blocking foul on number 11, Handy for Bayshore, or on Handy. Handy didn't pick up the foul call, but she did get fouled. So about midway through the second quarter, what are some things you're looking at right now on the court for Southeast? Coach?
Again, what I'm looking at right now for Southeast, especially with this younger group, is just how they gel, how they play with each other. As that, it's kind of like looking towards the future. And again, we say build that depth on the bench as far as you get to the playoffs. Is how well can they execute coach's offense and play defense together?
And chemistry too.
Correct.
Because if you say, knock on wood, this does not happen, but an injury down late in the season, and you got to throw in someone else who's not necessarily in the starting lineup or is not used to be playing with the 4 other girls on that team, then you want to be prepared for that. So
Yes.
throwing in some different sets here and there, trying out some new things to get that chemistry up, because our starting lineup has pretty good chemistry already.
Yes.
But let's say one of those girls goes down, or one of those girls maybe gets subbed out to come off the bench just because of matchups or whatnot.
Right.
You want to have that experience to, be able to play well together, not just well on the court, because you can have a lot of talent, but if they don't play well together, you're going to find some problems. So, getting in some different sets here. I know Semya Brooks, number 4, started a lot earlier in the season.
Okay.
Yes. Due to some suspensions on the court,
yes.
But now she's coming off the bench, and she's kind of that leader off the bench.
Galvanizes that second group.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that again, the deeper you are, the better you'll be as far as when you try to make the run in the playoffs.
For sure. And 5-second violation, and that's another turnover on Bayshore. I think the biggest thing killing Bayshore so far in this one is the turnovers.
Yes.
Little out of sync offensively, but we have seen some bright spots as a 3 knocks it down. 2?
Yeah.
On the line.
Quick on the line. Oh,
and
got another
quick
steal.
Little turnover. Full-point turnaround right there. That's Michaela Lowe.
And another
got the steal, and another steal right there. Quick little pass, and banks it in. Quick little 6-0 run now. Full court press, putting some pressure on the Bruins, and they finally get across half court. And another steal by Southeast. That's Semya Brooks.
Man.
See if we can steal it.
Southeast
off Bayshore. Good save at the end there. Hitting it off the Bayshore defender. I used to hate that. The ball's going out of bounds. It was last touched by the other team, and then they just throw it back and hit you, and it goes out of bounds.
Smart basketball plays.
Exactly, for sure. That's heads-up play, most definitely.
Oh, very strong move.
Just not enough sauce on the layup, but it'll retain with Southeast.
Michaela's just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. Standing at 5'10", too, so maybe the next Armani.
There you go. Okay.
A little bit short on the three-point attempts. We've seen some traps as well. It is. Right there.
Another steal.
And a thanks in the layup.
Zamaria. Another sophomore.
Definitely getting the reps they need. And we've seen a lot of backboard tonight for Southeast. A lot of my dad used to always teach me, aim for that little square on the inside of the backboard, and it'll go in. And as the game has evolved, that's kind of gone away. It's more of like an old school way of thinking, but it's 2 points.
Well, they say the backboard's always open.
For sure.
So on the floor right now, we have 4 sophomores and 1 freshman.
Getting that much needed.
Yes. Much needed
attention and reps. Yeah, for sure. The mid-range jump shot a little too strong.
Taylor Charles.
Right there on the rebound. A second one and a jump, and that's going to go to Bayshore. But we've seen a lot of fight under the rim tonight.
Yes.
For sure. A lot of effort plays, and that's something that we can also rely on going back to that down the stretch comments that we've made. Those effort plays, and if you're giving that extra little effort over the other team, that'll re-galvanize a unit.
Yes.
Maybe it's a bad shooting night or anything like that if we get that effort as Bayshore turns the ball over. As Aubrey Green checks in now, but it'll definitely help down the stretch.
Definitely will.
Another
Jasmine Hamilton, the 3.
Jasmine Hamilton's been on fire tonight. She's hitting from outside, and it kind of seems that Coach likes to put very similar lineups in.
Yes.
We have Michaela Lowe, who's kind of like a mini Armani. We just had like the nice outside shooting that we see from Kayla on the
With
second
Jasmine.
on with Jasmine. And it seems like we got the point guard from Semya Brooks.
Yes.
That is what Deja's been doing.
Correct.
We got you figured out, Coach. The formula's
formula.
coming in the head, yeah. As another trap play. Tie it up, jump ball. And Southeast will take it. That's 4 jump balls in the first half.
You know, I think you see the difference between that first unit and the second unit. I know we talked about it earlier about the ball movement. There's not that much ball movement with this group, but again, let's talk about chemistry and how long have this group really worked with each other.
For sure. Especially, like you said, 4 sophomores, 1 freshman at one point. There's a lot of inexperience. Not that that's a bad thing, but as Southeast can't corral the pass and we turn it over. That's Jalen Charles, originally number 0. He was a freshman, but now wearing the double zeros. And we get the steal right there. One-on-one action gets doubled, back out. Jasmine knocks down the 3 again. Watch out, Kayla. She's coming for your job.
Steal.
It's a good steal right there. Aubrey Green making an impact. You got to be happy if you're Coach Harder seeing these girls play like they have it off the bench. That's a 3. Little bit off to the left. A little bit of a heat check as you hear Coach calling out blue. I heard that a lot in the past few games.
Yeah, I think they're getting in their 2-3 zone, calling off the press.
Backing off a little bit as we reach around 1 minute until halftime. Here, errant pass goes out of bounds for Bayshore. Again, turnovers killing them. And a timeout now called, and we'll regroup. Or maybe not a timeout. We're just going to bring the ball in anyway. The refs are confusing me, man. I saw a timeout. And the ball can't go in. Like we said, that run earlier, I think we're on about a 22-0 run right now. And kind of how the Gibbs game went. We started off a little bit slow, and then we kind of kicked it in that second quarter, and we had a big second quarter outlet pass. Jasmine, easy lip, knocks it in. Throwing touchdowns out here. Let's make sure we're bringing it up the court. It's G. Marie, number 1, bringing up cross half court. He's covered, found a hole in the zone, and a foul.
Oh, jump ball. Called jump ball.
And it'll stick with Bayshore. That was Luther down low that found a hole in the zone. It was about to make us pay for it, but the ball will stick with Bayshore. Good cut inside, can't finish, gets the rebound back, and we'll get 2. That's Ocean, number 10 for Bayshore.
Is she in relation to Billy Ocean?
Maybe. Might end up being related to you with how many people that are related to you around here.
They say some Caribbean queen going on right here.
Coach knows everyone that comes in the building. First shot was off. Second shot going up as we hear back from that Southeast faithful.
And Bayshore's ball.
Bayshore's ball rimmed out a little bit, but Bayshore will get it back with 28.2 on the clock before we head to halftime. Looking for someone to get it into. They get it in. Back in the corner, mid-range shot,
foul.
A little too strong, but
she's shooting 2.
We'll get the foul call. So now, let's see if Bayshore can cash in. Maybe get some points back up on the board. I mean, they've been down on this run for like the entire second quarter.
Yeah, we're getting close to running clock territory.
For sure. A little bit off center on that one.
If we score 1 more point.
That is good. So Bayshore up to 9 now. And we'll take the ball up court. Semya Brooks.
Oh, good steal.
Good steal. Off on the break. Can they capitalize? A little too short. And Brooks will take it back up. Capitalize. Jasmine back. Tough shot inside. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. And that will do it for the first half. Southeast Seminoles up 41 to the Bayshore Bruins 9. And that'll be the end of the first half. So we're going to take a short little break. We'll be right back with all of the action. And you are watching Seminole Basketball on SETV Sports.
Traffic signs. Traffic signs that we see every day. Traffic signs that protect our children to and from school. But a traffic sign cannot stop a moving vehicle traveling at 20 miles per hour. It only takes a split second of distraction, a cell phone, a cup of coffee, to render a traffic sign useless.
welcome back to Southeast High School in Bradenton, Florida, sunny Bradenton, Florida. It's a little cold right now, but it's still a little bit sunny.
A little bit.
A little bit sunny. I'm Jackson Gaylor. I'm your play-by-play. I'm here with Brett Timmons. If you saw the first half, you know of us by now. But if you're just tuning in for the second half, we want to say hello. So how do you feel about the first half, Coach?
Hey, you know what? Like I said, we talked about earlier in the broadcast, if you haven't been here. Started out slow again, but Southeast went on a couple of runs here and there, and pushed the lead up to what? 32 point lead. With the starters actually sitting out the second half, and you saw a lot of young girls playing in that second half, and after a couple of jitters here and there, they got it going, and they pushed the lead.
So when Coach says second half, he means second quarter.
Sorry, I'm thinking football.
Yeah, we can't have these football coaches out here doing basketball.
No, definitely you can't have these football coaches.
I need to call Miss Clark.
No.
Someone needs to get you out of here.
Huh? Mark in North Carolina. Yes, sir.
And once again,
Hey, how you doing, man? You good, man? I ain't seen you in a long time.
for like the 5th time tonight,
Huh? I know you.
Coach
hold on,
has
I gotta
known
say,
or been
I know
related
you
to someone.
worked at Braden Middle with my mama.
This is unprecedented.
Cafeteria. God, dog, I want to say, Mr. It's killing me, but I know you, Mr. Poole. There you go. I know you. I will, man. Good seeing you. All right, be blessed.
So if you're here for the first half,
I'm sorry.
you know I
It's live
gotta comment on this.
I'm the mayor of
We were
Braden.
talking about the first half, how Coach knows everyone. As our mic gets hit, but Coach knows everyone. He knows he's related to a girl on the girls' basketball team. He's the head coach. He went to this high school.
I did.
He knows who was it? You know?
That was Mr. Poole. He was my lunchroom. He worked with my mother at Braden Middle School.
He was related to someone in the crowd. He was talking at halftime. This man is a man of the people out here.
Come on now.
He knows everybody.
That's a Southeast legend to our left, Mr. Squiller. You know, he's a Southeast legend.
And he was talking about this lady on the Bayshore team, number 10, Ocean. And he asked if she was related to somebody. I was like, I don't know. She might be related to you. Related to everyone out here.
No, man. Come on. You know, so I was Bradenton was a small knit community back there. You know, so
But anyway, not talking about Coach's family tree for a minute. Back to the game. We got 2 minutes until we come back from halftime. We were talking about how the sophomores and the freshmen got a lot of run in the second quarter. And I was making fun of Coach for a little bit because he said second half. Also, we need to talk, Miss Clark, about the football coaches out here on doing the basketball games. But nonetheless, all jokes aside, we did get a lot of young girls out here, showing what they're made of. We saw a couple threes hit by Jasmine Hamilton, number 21. Showing up Kayla McDuffie a little bit. Maybe an in-team rivalry there on who can hit the most threes in a game.
Yes.
But we did see a lot of good production out of that young core. And we were talking about it as when we get down the stretch, God forbid an injury happens, or someone maybe is a little bit tired and needs that blow for that 5-minute stretch or 10-minute stretch. One of these young girls, the sophomores and the freshmen, can pick up that slack, and that's what these games with Southeast being up 32 are meant for, is getting that experience and gearing up for that playoff time, because it seems like Southeast girls basketball is always in that conversation. So
You want to use that track vernacular. They're right around that curve. Get ready to run that curve on the 400. Get ready to hit that home stretch. So now it's kind of the time you want to fine tune. You kind of want to fix some of those problems that may have been bugging you
for sure
earlier in the season, because when you get into that playoff run, you want to be hitting at all cylinders.
Exactly.
And so that's what I think, if I'm Coach Harder, that's what I'm kind of looking at when I bring the girls back in. I just want to make sure that we're clean on certain things that maybe have given us trouble throughout the course of the season.
So now, if you're coach, how long do you see our starters in for the second half?
I think the first 5 to 10 minutes, you want to get them in, get them wet, keep giving them work as well, because you want to keep that continuity going.
All right, so we're getting ready to start the second half here. The team's gearing up, making their adjustments for the second half. I know Bayshore and Southeast both have a lot to talk about. We mentioned the turnovers in the first quarter, trying to keep those in the past, play a little bit cleaner ball, and we'll get to see, how the game turns out.
Definitely.
We saw Southeast go on a big run in the second quarter. So, I mean, there's a lot of time left. There's still a second half. We could see Bayshore go on a run here. But it'll be interesting to see how our women's team is able to adjust and, maybe fight off any runs that Bayshore is able to throw at us.
It's an interesting lineup change. Deja's not starting with starting the second half. We have Samaya Brooks.
Exactly, and that's what we were talking about, seeing those different lineups.
Yes.
Because if someone does get tired and anything like that, we could be prepared. So pretty intense one-on-one right there. Good steal and a foul called on Bayshore. Periana, number 10, got fouled right there.
And that's not a bad foul, but she had a clear basket, a clear path to the basket, which would probably ended up in fast break.
Saved the easy 2 points, and now you're able to set up defense and try and look to defend this offense that has put up 41 points in the first half. Down inside.
Again, that's there all night.
Exactly. You're talking about how Amani Waiters is 6'2" and is able just to dominate down in the paint. It's like Coach said, it's been there all night, and we've seen her be pretty much the leading scorer on this team through the first part of this season, and we look for her to continue that and through the playoffs. Her and Deja have been the leaders in the locker room. As you see, Amani gets it again, looking for a foul call, but it's going to stay with Southeast. Do you think free throws and getting that efficiency up, as we see a good opportunity, Bayshore is going to get the ball, but
She got charging.
do you think free throws were talked about? I mean, I'm sure they were talked about, but are they a focal point coming in out of this second half? I know it would feel good. Great steal by Periana. This came out of nowhere. Good pass inside and lays it in.
I think we've hit a running clock.
Up by 35 or more, we get the running clock, and it will be in effect now. As Charmaine hit that last basket, another steal from Southeast. But it would be good, as I was about to say, to see from Coach Harder's perspective, if we do get some free throw opportunities down the stretch, to see us hit them, go 2 for 2, and be a little bit more efficient as we close out this game. It'll be good, wishful thinking for the rest of the game or rest of the season, as Bayshore is able to get inside there. That's Ocean.
You don't want me to bust out my Billy Ocean singer?
Please don't. Spare the people at home.
I don't know now. I was a last round contestant of an American Idol.
And almost a steal. It goes out of bounds.
Me and my guy William Hung, we were about to do a duo together. We were certified Woollet.
Now, am I glad that never surfaced, or am I upset?
Hey, everybody wants to hear. Everybody has a mixtape.
I was about to say. I'm gonna get to school tomorrow, and there's gonna be a mixtape on my desk as breakaway Charmaine gets the layup off the fast break. Easy breakaway points, as Bayshore wasn't able to foul to prevent that one that time. Good defense by Kayla McDuffie, and almost a steal by Armani Waiters.
I know I said it earlier, but again, I'm impressed with the composure that Bayshore's young ladies are playing with. Again, they're down by, 30, 36? But I have not seen not one time have they quit. They continue to play, and I think that's a testament to their coach.
For sure. And only being great touch pass inside, we can't finish, but it's also great to see there's only 6 players on this Bayshore squad.
Yes.
So these women are playing all night.
Yes.
There's only like a few breaks in between. It's great defense by Kayla right here. almost able to get a steal. Good pass. And then a travel call on Bayshore will turn the ball over. But these women are out here all night, and it just shows how much of athletes, these coaches make them out to be, and showing them that they can put in the effort, even like you said, down 35 points now. Still being able to put in effort like it's 0-0 and still being able to go out there and play.
Exactly.
Good trap right there. And a good
finish.
Bounces out. Bounces out again. The rim's matterless tonight. And that one finally falls from Charmaine. But it's great to see the level of competition out here by Bayshore that they've shown tonight for sure. Like you said, they haven't quit. They've, dealt with that all night long. Good drive in, try to get the pass, tipped away.
Because, in these situations, very easily you can start turning against each other, bickering and fighting and all that. But I have not seen that. And so, again, I just wanted to commend that.
And that's something that we might see now. We didn't get the list on the grade levels that these Bayshore athletes are in, but we can see years down the line this kind of grit and grind mentality passed down to the newer players, and that could really spark a team, maybe not now, but in the future, where that kind of mentality is like, hey, we had 6 players at one point, and we were able to grab a couple wins and compete. So,
corner, Caleb McDuffie.
Caleb McDuffie's mad at Jasmine. They made a bet at halftime. But to be able to see that in the next few years as Armani comes up with a steal. And Southeast will set up their offense. Finds a hole in the defense. Armani fumbles it for a little bit. And Bayshore will come up with it. Again, ball's a little bit off, and Bayshore is able to save it. Southeast has came with that trap all night, and a traveling call on Bayshore.
I thought he might have called a foul.
I saw the ref call travel real quick.
You explaining why? I thought he called a foul.
I saw the travel and the look on confusion from all the Bayshore players. Because it did look like
travel.
An arm got smacked. And now Bayshore will have it again. So a little bit confusion, and now we'll head to a jump ball. And after all that, Southeast will keep it anyway. So a little bit confusion as we near the end of the third quarter. Just a reminder, we are under a running clock. So you will see these quarters fly by a little bit faster. Southeast up by
3.
Rebound. Good rebound by Armani. All right, now I can update the score. Maybe not. Armani's got it.
Jump ball.
Jump ball right there again. Okay, now I can comfortably update the score for you guys. So it's 52-13. They're sitting at a 39-point lead right now. I didn't want to put my foot in my mouth and say 39 and have a 3 ring in as I said it. So that's why I kept my mouth shut a little bit. But 39-point lead for Southeast, comfortably. And actually, we've seen most of our starting team play the entire third quarter. So coach opting to get a little bit more experience as we see a travel call, a definite travel call that time.
Yes.
But see some of the starters get a little more rain. Deja is not on the court right now. That's why we see Semya Brooks out on the court, number 4, running the point as Southeast will set up offense. Back to Semya in the corner. And Bayshore will get the turnover. And that'll do it a little short on the last second attempt by Armani. And we will head to the fourth quarter with the score 52-13. And, I'm feeling a little shout out to our sponsors real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're proud to announce that Kaiser University of Sarasota is once again a business partner of SETV. Shout out to those guys. This is the 14th year that Kaiser has supported the television production program of Southeast High School. At Kaiser University's Sarasota campus, you can get the training you need to pursue a new career in the field of business, criminal justice, education, healthcare, information technology, law, and much, much more. They offer associate, bachelor's, and graduate degree programs, and their Sarasota campus also offers a culinary arts and a baking pastry program. You can find out more about what Kaiser has to offer simply by going to their website at kaiseruniversity.edu. In doing the morning announcements, I have said their website many, many times, and we're very thankful to have them as a sponsor of our program. They're definitely one of the more loyal ones for sure.
Jackson, you read that very eloquently.
I stumbled a few times. Stop trying to hype me up.
I've never heard an announcement read so eloquently before in my life. Hey,
Thank you, Coach.
You have a future in this.
I hope so. Let's talk more about the game instead of me. You're making me nervous, Coach. So start of the fourth quarter.
Oh, pressure can. The pressure plus
Bayshore's
pipes.
got the ball. And great defense by Jasmine right there. As we see that freshman line up the 4 sophomores, the 1 freshman out on the court. And we're moving quick.
We are.
Up-tempo offense now for Southeast. Penetration, bounces around and in.
That's her shot all night, that little running hook.
Didn't get the backboard that time, but the floater has been there all night. I feel like driving in from the middle of the paint has been our shot. That one's taken away. Easy, fast break, layup, rolls in.
He's having a game.
Sure, I'm very impressed with this second unit that Southeast has put on the floor tonight. A lot of energy, a lot of compassion in the way they're playing. Another steal right there. Samia Brooks gives it up to Jasmine, who lays it in. Jasmine's been having a career night.
Got an injured Bruin. She got hit in the eye.
Saw her woe up at the end there. Might have gotten poked in the eye as the fast break was happening.
I'm not sure it's contacts or she put somebody blowing it. She has to come out. Oh, he called a timeout.
And timeout. Bayshore. So we'll get a little break in the action. Hopefully it's not a contact. I unfortunately don't know the pain. Well, I fortunately don't know the pain of losing a contact, as I'm only glasses, and that's why I stay away from contacts. So the people at home, they do scare me a little bit, not gonna lie. But for those who do know the pain at home, that probably is not the best feeling to lose a contact in the middle of the game.
No, vision is very important.
What about you, Coach? How's your vision?
My vision is 20/20 right now.
20/20?
I ate a bunch of carrots.
Oh.
And growing up, my mom eat carrots, keep your vision. So I knock on wood.
Flexing on me with the 20/20 vision over that.
Hey, it's okay. We're not all blessed.
As we see these great athletes coming back onto the court. I think the biggest thing in both huddles, or at least in Southeast huddle right now, is don't get injured. Being in a game like this where it's running clock, not to say it doesn't matter as much as the other ones, but it's definitely it's a little bit more relaxed. There's not as much pressure at stake, so try not to get yourself injured. And I think Bayshore, you want to come out and you want to end on a high note. Definitely. You want to have some good plays down the stretch that will get you ready for next game. Come out and be proud of your performance.
Definitely, like I said, these girls, even though the score is not indicative of their level of play, they have nothing to hang their hat on. I mean, to be upset about, to hold their head down. They played well. I mean, they just played a team that outmatched and outmanned them, But guess what's happening next Tuesday?
What's happening next Tuesday, Coach?
And the final buzzer for John Harder.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I've had Coach Harder in class, and I mean obviously he's a wonderful guy. As number 32 Luther is going to take some free throws here. But obviously he's a wonderful guy, and he's been here for what seems like forever. That's not a jab at his age, but a jab at, the awesome job that he's done with these women and this team, and being able to be, like, you see the wall of champions up here, right here on the opposite side as you're seeing right now. And girls basketball has a lot of dates. They have a lot of years up there. A lot of state championships dating back to as recent as 2014. This team under Coach Harder has been so legendary. And we got right above the scoreboard right over there his 800th win that happened last year. So his last senior night, not going to be his last game. Hopefully his last game doesn't happen for a while. But
Right.
as the shot's a little bit short there. And we get the rebound. Back out, still being aggressive. And now we're going to reset offense. But Coach Harder is definitely a legend. Jasmine open from three, a little bit too strong. That's
Just a
one of the
little bit.
only times that she's been off tonight.
Just a little bit.
But we're definitely thankful that we will have the game coming to you next Tuesday, the 29th, coming straight to your home if you want to watch, or if you're going to be here, you can watch it on replay as well, as Jasmine's a little
Jackson,
off.
that's must-see TV. Everyone has to tune in
For
that.
sure. We will definitely be here for you for that game. Final senior night for Coach Harder and for these senior girls that will be playing as well.
Definitely.
So, and
It'll be
ball
an
bouncing
emotional
around
night.
a little bit. Almost off the foot. Almost saw a kick ball there for the first time tonight. And a foul. And we'll shoot two. And that's number 20, Harvey, will be at the line for Bayshore. Seeing if they can increase their total and lessen the deficit right here. And that
Shot.
one fish bowls in real quick. But yeah, that one next week will definitely be an exciting one and a very emotional one, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Up there with the 800th win one. So, Southeast pushing the ball down court. Jasmine in the corner.
Oh.
Bounces
good job.
out. And it's going to stay with Southeast. On the corner, back to Jasmine. Getting that,
There's
moving that ball.
movement. There it is.
Popping another shot.
Another
That one's
three.
in. And I think it's safe to say that she's probably the MVP tonight.
She's Steph Curry hot.
Exactly. Coming off the bench, Jasmine Hamilton, number 21, only a sophomore. She's only 5'2", but she's been hot from outside tonight. We've seen her hit a couple mid ranges. Seen her hit a bunch of threes tonight. I think it's safe to say that she's been the most valuable player on the court tonight as we get another steal.
Jackson, I'm going to date myself here. Have you played NBA Jam before?
I have not.
Oh, my gosh. So back in the day, NBA Jam, when somebody hit that three, like, she's on fire!
There you go. In my age, we have 2K, and you would get that little fire symbol right next to your name.
Oh, no.
And at one point, I think it was 2K17 when Steph Curry had that MVP year.
Yeah.
And they put something in at the end of the year called Break the Game. And so Steph Curry, if he hit like one or two shots, he would have like an insane chance of making any threes. He could pull up from half court and it would just swoosh in. Not to say that Jasmine's hitting half court threes all the time, but she's definitely, shown that level of dominance here on the court with just that outside shot, and that we've definitely seen that be a go-to, especially in that second quarter when we were going on that big run.
Right.
So that would be my comparison to the NBA Jam.
I hear you. You got to go look it up. NBA Jam, we used to actually, at the old DeSoto Square Mall when they had an arcade, we used to leave school and go play NBA Jam. Get our quarters lined up to play NBA Jam.
Dang.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, I gotta lie.
Little guys
I'll
with the
give
big
some
heads, 2-on-2 basketball, get it going.
Who's your go-to player?
I'm trying to remember who I played with. I think I played with obviously I had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen on
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Oh, it was Pippen and Grant, I want to say.
I'm
But
sure
I think
people
I
will get
played-
mad if you picked pick Jordan that game, right?
I'm trying to remember who I played with, to be honest with you.
They would see you play as Jordan and be like, oh, this man's crazy.
But I don't know if Jordan was actually in the game.
Oh, a word.
Yeah, I think it might have been Pippen and Grant.
Grant.
I want to say that I played with Seattle. I couldn't remember.
Another corner three.
No. She's
Jeez.
on fire.
Jeez. Let's go home. Let's go home.
Call the fire department.
Oh, my goodness. I would say just, it's going to be, pretty good traffic right now. It's not 5 o'clock traffic anymore, obviously. But if we have all these fire trucks blocking the entrance, I don't know how easy it's going to be getting out. She's popping another one. That one's a little too strong. Come on, let her get one more. If she hits another three, I'm gone.
You're going to end the broadcast.
Yeah, just end it there.
Drop the mic.
Southeast 64-17. That's a good block to end the game right there. Seminoles 64, Bayshore Bruins 17. And we improved to 15-4 on the year.
There you go.
15-4, not a bad record. Unfortunately, Bayshore will fall to 2-11. But a great game on both sides. Like we said, a lot of effort being played out there tonight. We saw a lot of youngsters out here for Southeast get a lot of good time. Like we said, Jasmine Evans, that's my MVP. Only a sophomore. Got buckets tonight. What are some closing comments that you have tonight, Coach?
Again, I just think that it was a good game.
Another person Coach knows. It's crazy.
It was a good game. All right, I will. It was a good game. I think, again, the girls did what they needed to do. I know they have another game tomorrow that they're probably are focusing on. So it's a good game.
Hey, I know they won the game before tonight. Southeast did. We got a little bit more momentum coming down to the end of this stretch and hopefully carry it on until district. So that'll be the end of the game with the final score, Southeast Seminoles 64 to Bayshore Bruins 17. Our next broadcast, like we said earlier, January 29th, with girls basketball as they take on the Sarasota Sailors and Coach John Harder's final senior night of his career. It's a big one.
It's going to be a great one.
So, you're watching Seminole basketball on SETV Sports. Have a great night. Signing off, Jackson Gaylor and Brett Timmons. See you next time.